And welcome back once more on the Verizon Fios pregame. With Deron Williams on the shelf, Jarrett Jack's profile has risen on the Nets. He is the first subject in the latest edition of BK Connect. Our Chris Sheeran is moderating the discussion.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Barclays Center. Back to the Barclays Center, that is. I'm Chris Sheeran. Another edition of BK Connect coming at you. We have Devin Carparian of TheBrooklynGame.com and Rod Boone of Newsday. Guys, let's get right down to it. First topic of conversation, defending Jarrett Jack. Not as a defender, but as a analyst here. A couple of tweets that were put out there when Jarrett Jack is on the floor by Net fans. The general consensus, I don't really think they like it when he's on the floor, and here's how it goes. Jarrett Jack was just another bad deal. Someone laid on Billy and he fell for it. That's from @ItBegins2012. Then Jarrett Jack is getting a whole lot of time tonight while doing a whole lot of nothing. That's @ReedWallach. And then LOL, Jarrett Jack is horrible, and that's @BLCity5. Is this, evisceration of Jarrett Jack justified here?
I think that stuff is just crazy, man. You think about it. I mean, Jarrett Jack is a good player. I mean, people want him to be Sean Livingston to me. Sean Livingston last year came in, played great next to Deron. The year before, you had C.J. Watson playing next to Deron. Jarrett Jack has a good mid-range game. He's good up-tempo. People have to actually take the guy for what he is. He's not a three-point shooter. He's not a great defender. He's a good, solid point guard. He goes up there and does his job well, to me.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest issues with Jarrett Jack is that he just doesn't fit well next to Deron Williams. You can see in the first couple months they've tried to play him next to Deron. They get outscored by 17 points per 100 possessions when Jack and Deron on the floor together, which is way, way worse than when either one is on the floor. I think the problem is that they kind of have the same skill set. Deron is obviously a little more talented,
right,
but Jack is the kind of guy who plays very similarly, unlike Sean Livingston, who played very differently,
right,
and he was able to get a lot of defensive assignments that Jack can't have.
He's a three-point shooter.
Exactly. So I think that when it comes to Jack, he played very well without Deron on Sunday night against the Pistons. 15 points, 10 assists, ran the offense, was a facilitator, and I think he can do that. I just don't think he needs to do it with Deron on the floor.
All right, and speaking of Deron, the last time we did a BK Connect here, Devin, you said that the Sacramento Kings would be one of the premier trade partners for him if something were to go down, and then we heard rumors about Deron possibly being out there with the Kings. So could that still happen? What's going on with that right now?
I mean, I think, I've heard some things, Rod, I'm sure you've heard the same thing. There's no deal on the table. There's nothing imminent. The big problem here is that the Nets want to get, some decent talent back for Deron, and the Kings want to get Mason Plumlee from the Nets. Now, the problem with that is that Plumlee is this only team's healthy center other than Jerome Jordan. I mean, Brook Lopez is, been dealing with injury issues for the last 2 weeks. Kevin Garnett can't play more than 20-25 minutes a game. He's playing a lot of power forward. So unless one of the teams can jump that hurdle, whether the Kings want to offer, Ben McLemore, or the Nets are willing to take on or give up Mason Plumlee, I don't think anything's going to happen anytime soon.
And Rod, you hear Devin bring up Mason Plumlee twice. Since Brook has been hurt and he's been starting for him,
right,
he's been reborn once again like he was last year.
He was, man. It seemed like last year Brook got hurt, and then Mason his game went to a couple different levels up. You know what I mean? So I think same thing this year. He wasn't playing very confidently. He wasn't finishing at the rim. He wasn't playing well on defense. He wasn't rebounding the ball. When Brook was out, he actually had to get more minutes out there. He said he wasn't getting enough minutes to kind of get in the flow. Now he has his minutes out there starting. Confidence is a big thing in this league. If you're confident, you can be a good player. Right now, he feels himself. He's still confident. He's playing very well right now.
Yeah, I think he's a solid center on a team like this. I think that Lopez can also play a similar role to what Plumlee's doing if he's healthy. The problem is he just hasn't been healthy.
All right, guys, you heard it from our experts here. Devin Carparian of TheBrooklynGame.com, Rod Boone of Newsday. I am Chris Sheeran. By the way, Brook Lopez, he wants to be a Wookiee in one of the new Star Wars movies, so he is back tonight. So he's looking to do that, and I guess that's okay because Bill Laimbeer, he was a slee stack in Land of the Lost. Useless information Jeopardy. Here I come, back to you in the studio.